There is some good news for Rangers as they have now guaranteed European football beyond Christmas, but the bad news, of course, is it is now very possible they could be dropping down a tier in European football with the Europa Conference League. A very real possibility. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It's finished at Ibrox. Rangers have drawn with Cypriot side Aris Limassol by 1 goal apiece. A slight improvement on their performance and on their result in the previous fixture in Cyprus, but still a long way away from being good enough. Certainly not the result Rangers would have been hoping for, and it is a result that puts Rangers' Europa League journey in danger, because earlier in the day, Sparta Prague at home in Czech Republic defeated Real Betis by a goal to nil. So that puts Sparta Prague on 7 points. It puts Rangers on 8 points, and it puts Real Betis on 9 points. Now, with the last two games remaining, you have Sparta Prague taking on Aris Limassol, and you have Rangers travelling to Betis to take on the Spanish side, who sit top of the table. Now, likelihood is here that Sparta Prague will beat Limassol. Now, is it guaranteed? No, because Limassol, especially in their two games against Rangers, have been decent. They've been pretty good. They've been good enough to take 4 points out of Rangers. Now, the problem for Limassol is, and maybe an even bigger problem this is for Rangers, is the fact that Limassol so far have lost maximum points against the other two sides. So Sparta Prague have beat Limassol, Real Betis have beat Limassol twice, but when it comes to Rangers, they've yet to pick up a win. It's just 1 point out of a possible 6. Now, it's all ifs, musts, it's all ifs, maybes and buts and all that shit, but had Rangers beat Limassol twice, and I know, like I said, they haven't done it, but let's say they did beat the lowest seeded team in this group twice, Rangers would already be through. They'd be guaranteed top of the group with 1 game left to spare. If Rangers had to beat Limassol twice, they could have went to Spain and lost to Real Betis and still topped the group. So Rangers here really have themselves to blame. There's no one else to blame. The 2 games against Limassol have not been good enough, and they could pay the price for that. So tonight, again, another poor performance. I thought John Souttar was the best of a bad bunch defensively. I thought he was the best player that they had. Now, McCausland came on, and I mean, I will give him credit. Attacking-wise, he was Rangers' best threat, and defensively, John Souttar was Rangers' best threat. But, I mean, the best player to choose from, it really wasn't a great bunch, let's be honest. It was another poor performance for Rangers here. A dismal 90 minutes. Aris Limassol are not a great side. However, in 2 games now, in 180 minutes against Rangers, they've looked a pretty decent outfit. So I think that says maybe more about Rangers than it does Limassol. This Limassol side should not be taking 4 points off of Rangers, but that's exactly what they've done, and now Rangers are in real danger. So Limassol took the lead in the first half. Rangers did equalise in the second half. McCausland came on relatively early. It was around the half an hour mark where Clement just made the change, and he was like, fuck it. He took off Cantwell. Cantwell wasn't happy, but to be fair, Cantwell wasn't playing good. Now, I would have probably took Cifuentes off. I think Cantwell is a better player than him. I'm not even sure how Cifuentes gets a start, to be honest, but Cantwell was visibly upset that he was taken off, and maybe rightfully so, because like I said, I don't think he was the worst player in the opening half an hour, and it is very early to get hooked. But I mean, I guess Clement wasn't wasting any time. It was a brave decision to make the change so early. He brought on McCausland, and I would say that it made the Rangers team a lot better, but I mean, let's be honest, it didn't. I think McCausland came on and offered a good spark. He offered opportunities. He was creative, but it didn't really help the overall performance of the team. I thought Sima was very poor tonight. He has been a player that Rangers have counted on. He's been one of Rangers' bright sparks, especially when you look at the new signings. He's like one of the only ones that have performed at all this season. He didn't really do it tonight. I thought Davis was poor. Tav, I thought, was just a ghost tonight. I don't think he'd done much. Butland, I mean, he didn't have that much to do, to be honest, so I can't say he was great. I don't really recall any amazing saves for Butland. I thought Limassol, when they did get chances, they were very wasteful, to be fair. It was just a shite game of football. A win for Rangers would have been better, obviously for them and obviously for the coefficient, but long term, I mean, who knows? Maybe dropping into the Europa Conference League might be a good thing. Maybe Rangers can have a longer run. Maybe they can make a serious dent in the Europa Conference League. Could they be potential winners of the third tier of European football? Maybe. But at the moment, I just don't see this Rangers side going far in the Europa League. So let's say they do. Let's say Rangers finish second in this group. I don't see them beating anybody that's dropping out of the Champions League. I really don't. If they can win the group, then you know what? Great. You get an easier... obviously, you miss the playoff tie and then you get an easier team. Or you would supposedly get an easier team. But I think if Rangers want to play more games in Europe, if Rangers want to be in Europe, come around... I don't know, late March, April, I think their best chance of doing that is probably by dropping into Europa Conference League. So look, we'll see what happens, guys. It was a shite game tonight. I don't think Rangers deserve to win, and I don't think Limassol were that good either, to be honest. I don't think they really deserve to win. I think a draw is pretty fair, so... That's what it is. 2 draws tonight for the Scottish sides. Rangers and Aberdeen. Just poor in general, guys. Very fucking poor. Anyway, that's it. Let's know your thoughts down below. It's been a shite season for Scottish teams in Europe. It always is. I mean, Aberdeen, I think, have put in good performances. They just haven't got the results. Rangers have been very, very mediocre. Rangers have been pretty damn poor in Europe this season. And then you've got Celtic, who have been an embarrassment. So, yeah, it is what it is. Kind of familiar shit every season. We're kind of used to seeing the Scottish teams do this. Anyway, guys, that's it. Folk Football. Let me know your thoughts down below. Catch you in the next one. Until then, though, peace.